Another Friday night's match of the round means that we are likely to see another high-scoring game filled with madness. My name is Mark DePoli and welcome to the Laing Simmons Blacktown Men's Premier League 2 Game of the Week, Match of the Round, no doubt. If you didn't watch Newbury's stint on the Blacktown Premier League podcast last night, you've honestly missed out on a really insightful podcast ahead of this match, and I urge you to go watch it back tonight when this is done to add some more context into your brain. Hungry, yet humble, confidence teetering on cockiness, this Newbury team have some stars and a barrage of very, very talented young players, and by the will of the football gods, this concoction of predominantly Indians and South Americans will lead this club to the top of the club championship by a very small margin come the end of the year. Right now it reads 110 to 105, the difference between Newbury and Town Rangers. Crazily, despite more than one hat-trick goal scorer this year, none of their boys feature on the Golden Boot race realistically. And as you would have learned from the podcast, Newbury genuinely believe they have an interchangeable first and reserve grade squad. Tonight they play their game in hand, a chance to go top in both grades after last night's incredibly awesome first v second Resi's clash that saw the Bulls charge forward into the lead after Parklea saw red in the first half. Parklea might have fooled a couple of people when a good run of form peaked with a 3-0 drubbing of Town Rangers in Mount Druitt, no less. But I think in defence of them, that wasn't a fluke. That was a great day for them, a tactical masterpiece where they outmuscled one of the more physically dominant teams in the division. Since then, though, it's hard to say that they found those heights again. But Parklea do have something very special up their sleeves tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think anyone in the competition knows about this besides myself, and we decided to keep it a secret on yesterday's podcast. That something special is the signing of former Town Rangers striker and reigning BDSFA Premier League 2 Player of the Year, Ebuka Iwaha. Yes, that Ebuka Iwaha will start tonight alongside Golden Boot contender Ryan Hoffsmith in what needs to be very quickly the most potent front line in the division if Parklea want to rescue their promotion hopes. With some 2 games in hand on the clubs around them, a win tonight will take them above Minchinbury on club championship points as they attempt a late season refiring of their promotion cylinders. As the two teams walk out, let's speak more about firepower. Newbury head into their 3rd week without 2-time capped Indian international Manandeep facing an 8-week suspension all up. Despite the absence, they've scored 7 unanswered across the last 3 games, including a last-minute equaliser against promotion rivals Town Rangers. I swear, by the way, this isn't a Town Rangers bashing. It's Parklea's new front man versus Newbury's lack of a front man. It's a match that will have genuine impact on the automatic promotion place if Newbury are to lose. Parklea desperate for first-grade top 4 while clinging to the hope of a promotion playoff place. Let's go through those lineups now, ladies and gentlemen. Newbury are considered the home side here today. Naveen Kumar, despite only having played 4 matches all season, and 3 of those being starts, 1 includes a half-time sub on, comes back to play his 5th since joining most recently from ISL Premiers in Delhi FC. At right back, it's going to be Evan Dawson, his first match of the round appearance. He's played 16 games, which means he's playing sometimes sets of minutes across both Resis and also 21s and reserves and first grade, I should say. It's going to be Nick Sweeney through the middle, who is a very staunch, well-built 21s eligible player in the number 4 jersey, next to Sasan Najibi, who, by the way, runs his own restaurant and is a builder on his downtime. At left back, it's going to be Shemen Koroma looking for his first goal in Premier League, despite the fact that he's playing at left back. I've been told he locked up Blake Curry last week in their 3-0 win over the Jets. The strongest midfield in the league, it seems, this season, Alejandro Araguin has played across all the big NPL clubs in both here and Victoria. He's going to be next to Ethan Desange, making just his 5th appearance of the season. He's been relatively unavailable, but when he is available, he's brilliant. The former feature of course, in the Portuguese 2nd Division, actually scored 2 goals against Jets. That includes the winner, by the way, in that 3-0 win, the first goal of the day last week. David Chagas da Souza, live and fresh from Sao Paulo, begins in the 17 jersey at the top of that midfield. Also, by the way, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, there's a man making only his 2nd appearance. If Rodrigo Barbosa signed on the June 30 deadline, didn't even watch him play, the name in the background was enough for Newbury to give him a bit of a contract. To his left is going to be the man whose only 2 goals this season were against Parklea in the 3-1 win earlier in the season. It's going to be Supri Sandhu. Off to the right is the very, very verbose Pranesh Gounder, who said he'd score a hat-trick in a 3-0 win tonight. Garen Serrata for Parklea is a goalkeeper who's featured in 2 All-Star squads in both first and second division, but last night had his best moment ever with a goal. Yes, the goalkeeper scored a goal. At right back, it's going to be Kabir Someshwar, who of course were playing professional football last year in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, next to a back 2, which has played pretty much every game this season, which is in stark contrast to how, of course, Newbury have been playing their teams with a lot of chopping and changing. Brad Hoffsmith and Hunter French in the 15 and 23 jersey have got 22 years at this club in between them and have played, like I said, pretty much every game next to each other. Tom Palacios, 20-year servant of the club, 20-year servant of the club, who drives 50 minutes to and from training, will be starting at left back. It's actually going to be a 4-4-2 tonight, so a man who got one of the best assists of the match around this year, Blake Joyner, off to the left. Matty Elder, who is Scottish but speaks fluent Italian, will be starting off to the right, featuring the podcast this week as well, and called for the boys to really rise to the occasion tonight. Will start either side, flanking a midfield that features Jordi D'Alessandro, who scored one of the best technical goals of the entire season that should have won, in my opinion, the goal of the week competition a fortnight ago, and Rion Walker, whose only goal in the last 3 years came in a match of the round, I should say, came here at this very venue in the number 8 jersey. And that's what we're waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Hoffsmith may have the ball and may have 13 goals to his name as he chases down 18-goal Blake Curry for the Golden Boot. But the man next to him, the reigning PL2 Player of the Year, Ebuka Iwaha, makes his Parklea debut right now. It's the light blue / grey versus the magenta and off maroon of Parklea. It's a huge game, with Parklea 2 games behind some, 1 game behind others, wanting to claw their way back into the top 4 and wanting to cling on to those hopes of promotion, while Newbury with a win tonight could go some 15-odd points clear of town range in the club championship after a really successful win 5-3 last night in reserves. It's going to be an incredible game. It's going to be a feisty game. I have no idea how these 2 teams will set up. They are both so different from when we last saw them, especially Newbury, who were just finding their feet when they played in the match round against Prospect, as Garen Serrata, a terrible clearance away, but ended up haphazardly somehow working out for him. Parklea have given the ball away. Enjoying differentiating between these 2 jerseys for the rest of tonight, by the way, as Jordi D'Alessandro, the captain of this team, finally puts his foot on the ball. And there's Ryan Hoffsmith, straight away! Ryan Hoffsmith bearing down on goal! He's absolutely fluffed it! Oh my word, Ryan Hoffsmith of all people! What a massive chance! I don't even think he had enough time to lace up his shooting boots. He's put it horrendously wide. It nearly ended up as a throw-in. My word. Isn't that a moment? Well, the game could have been burst open in the opening couple of seconds by the man currently second place in the Golden Boot race. Ryan Hoffsmith misses what could prove to be a gilt-edged opportunity in front of goal, as that ball is sent into the next stratosphere by, I believe, to be Hunter French. Massive moment here in the match of the round already. Write that down in your notebook, ladies and gentlemen, as Rodrigo Barbosa picks up the ball for the first time in the match. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've also got a special guest joining us. We'll have plenty of special guests joining from throughout the match. First up, it's a man who took the breath away of many people on the podcast this week. It's going to be, in fact, Raf Saul, who comes on for a little stint. Can you hear me coming through your headset, my friend?
How are you?
Very, very good. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks for really making waves on the podcast this week. Really good over the opportunity for Parklea there. A bit of a worrisome one, perhaps?
Yeah, sus is slipping. We just need to wake up, get into the game, and most importantly, enjoy ourselves, man.
How crazy is it that you guys can turn up 10 minutes before a match, barely really warm up, whereas Parklea were here an hour and 20 early. Total contrast in the way that you guys approach the game. But I mean, it's got you guys pretty much top of the table, definitely in club championship.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Pranesh just got here about 5 minutes ago. I got here at about 7:10, I think it was. So, look, I think they wanted us to come early, but it's just what we do. We rock up and play, man. I don't know. It's been working for us, so I think we just keep it the same.
Vibes are good out of Connor Greasby Reserve, that's for sure. Obviously, the reserves captain would have had a big part to play last night on the bench here tonight. I'm sure you'll get some minutes at some point. But a 5-3 win, a red card early on, 2 yellows actually it was into a red. But goals and a goalkeeper goal too. Crazy match. But it's put you 5 points clear in club championship. That's important, isn't it?
It's quite good. That was a big game, first v second. It was a good game, man, but we scored the more goals, and that's what got us the win.
Obviously, we spoke on the podcast about looking at promotion. This will have huge ramifications around that.
Yeah,
I know you guys don't want to, sort of explicitly talk about promotion just yet, but it could give you a really healthy advantage. And know that you're not playing on the pitch, you're up here in the commentary box for a second. Is that thought exciting to you?
It is, man. Any sort of promotion to me is exciting. When I was back in my day at playing in my MPL, we got promoted with Hills and went on the next year. But like that thought of promotion is exciting, man. So I'm hoping we can do it as much as I just want to enjoy it. I'm really hoping we can get promoted. Who doesn't?
Absolutely not. And that's the kind of attitude you need to have. As it's Naveen Kumar living a little bit dangerously out the back here. Shouldn't forget about the game happening in front of us. Fast start, a bit slippy by both.
Go on, Sas. Go on. Hey.
Sasan Najibi, he's dyed his hair blonde for the occasion. Is he one for the big match of the round, is he?
Yeah, I think so. He's got his own restaurant as well. I think he's done it for a bit of fun there as well, so he's a good bloke.
He's doing good things. I'm going to let you go back to enjoying the viewing from right out in front. Thanks so much for jumping on the live again. You've been a superstar.
Appreciate you having me, man. Anything you win, I'll be more than happy to come back on.
Well, if you guys go up by a couple of goals, I don't see no reason why we shouldn't have some more Newbury boys up here. I'll let you go now.
Enjoy the
thanks
viewers.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks again, my friend. Pleasure to have you on. First of many guests here tonight. You're a good guy, my friend. Right, let's focus back in on what's happening in front of us. Alessandro loses possession of the ball, and that goes out into touch for a throw. It will be Newbury's in this very, very hotly contested game. There's a lot of feeling coming into this one. I think off the back of the podcast and the reserve grade game last night, those feelings will only rise as Corona puts that ball real high from the throw-in, and one in the air by Barbosa, I do believe, from Newbury. And that goes all the way back to Garen Serrana in goal, who, of course, like I said in the intro, scored a goal last night. That's incredible. Brad Hoffsmith now made his debut in a match of the round for first grade, started it right back in a huge match against Riverston, if my memory does serves me correctly. Ibuka Iwaha here with his orange boots and his fixed up knee, it seems. Smashed into by Alejandro Araguin there. Picked up here by Chagas de Souza. And it's taken off him as well, but illegally so. And it will be a free kick the way of Newbury. How good is Rafa Sol, by the way? He is a phenomenal character, very, very well spoken. Knows his place in the team, and that's exactly what you want a captain to be, especially a young captain like that. You've seen over the years, I would think particularly of Steven Gerrard, picked up the captain's armband of Liverpool at age 21, if my fact-check brain is turned on. Didn't look back for the next 13-odd years or so. Sometimes it can help to trust in the youth if they exude what the club ethos is all about. So Alejandro Araguin will be standing over this one. Uruguayan, who's played as far down as Preston Lions, dinks that one in. It's a little bit shallow, but Alessandro flicks it on and will eventually get back in the hands of Garen Serrano. A bit of a nothing chance that came from that. An incredible mix of youth and experience in this Newbury team. You've got some guys who are still 21s eligible for sometimes 1, sometimes even up to 3 years. Some 18-year-olds in and among this squad. But you've also got Araguin, who is 38, but says he feels 28 at the moment. Must be all those asados, he says. Well done there by David Chagas de Souza, who hasn't picked up a goal yet this year, but has been so good, working hard in the midfield. Araguin picks it up, and he strives forward. And he was definitely pushed off the ball there, I think. Blake Joyner is the one who is the culprit. Joyner was fantastic in that Town Rangers match of the round victory for Parklea. Absolutely phenomenal in that one. We've got Brenton Smith tuning in right now on a Sail Croatia cruise around, well, Croatia. One of the best players when the team was struggling a bit more last year. He's tuning in from across the other side of the world. Blake Joyner will receive the clearance and then clears it up even further. Ryan Hoffsmith, the one who's dropping back between the two strikers right now. Handball there is the verdict against Alejandro Araguin, better known as Alex around the joint. Pushed forward by Hunter French. Sent out wide by Jordi D'Alessandro. His first year playing out of defence in a long while. Approaching 10 years at the club. That ball went out, said match of the round debutant Stuart Chapman with the whistle in his hand and the cards in his pocket. Congratulations to him. Only became a referee inside the last 2 years, and to already earn a very big match like this as the centre referee is a huge achievement, no matter what your age is. To be doing it with only 2 years experience in your pocket, ignore the pun, is quite brilliant. Dink out wide towards Pranesh Gaunda, who looked like he got a haircut before this match. Offside, the verdict, the first of the evening. But a fast start. I think the important thing for Parklea was to make sure that they didn't go behind early in this one. When they lost to Town Rangers, forgive me, when they lost to Newbury earlier in the season, they conceded their first goal in the 42nd minute though. So, ooh! Adegin bashed into there, but he gets up quickly. He might put a hit back on Hofsmith there, but the 21-year-old emerged unscathed. Adegin straight back to his feet, actually nursing still an ankle swelling that came up against Nathan Smith, who was sent off last night, 2 yellows. But in the first round when these two teams played, so he's got a bit of a bone to pick, but he couldn't pick it because, of course, Nathan Smith isn't playing. Shielded really well there in the end by the captain of Parklea. That will, in fact, just be a goal kick. I know as well, speaking of Alejandro Adegin, that his cousin will be watching right now as well. Big shout out to Pablo Adegin, watching back home in Uruguay. Has actually met Luis Suarez before. Yes, that Luis Suarez. And also helps work at the Great Man's Academy, which is based, I would imagine, around Nacional, the club. Considering that's where football's second top assister of all time came through as a junior. So in taken along by Kabir Someshwar, who's really turned a lot of heads in the couple of weeks that he's been a Parklea player, a couple of months I should probably say at this point now. It's a very evenly matched so far. Two strikers of Parklea, Ebuka Ewoha and Ryan Hofsmith. Newbury without their star number 9, of course, Manan Deeb. Everybody knows about him, but a big suspension for him, and he'll have to miss out. Scored a hat-trick on his match of the round debut. Can't forget about him, of course. Breon Walker had that ball taken off him by David Chagas da Souza. And on the Brazilian goes. Great footwork. Cut inside. Lovely touch. Pranesh Gaunda across the face of the goal. And what looked like almost to be an own goal there. Cleared away by Brad Hofsmith. Very close indeed. Newbury looking to take this quickly. They play it short. Pranesh Gaunda bounce back to the man who took the corner. Onto his stronger right foot. Hat-trick against Prospect. And delivered in towards Serrata, whose hands are as safe as anyone's in the comp. Allowed to bounce once. That's criminal. From a drop kick. Adegin. Adegin still. Scored a penalty very recently. His 2 goals this season have come at really good times for Newbury. First real contribution, and the time to mention the starting right back here in Evan Dawson, 21 years old. According to Dribble, he's actually Irish. In that 33 jersey, 16 games as I mentioned. Only 2 yellows he's picked up at that time, which as a defender is really impressive to see. But he's playing across both grades, played last night as well. Supri Sandhu, that's a supremely good ball from one winger to another. And Pranesh Gaunda saw his name in headlights there and apologises. 4 goals for Pranesh Gaunda this year. Kabir Someshwar, strong work by Sasan Najibi. But too hard, in fact, into the back of Ebuka Ewoha, who no more than a month and a bit ago, ahead of the Parklea match of the round when he was still a Town Rangers representative, said the Town Rangers were almost assuredly going up and he was going to get the Golden Boot and Player of the Year. He's now at a different club, coming off the back of a injury to his knee. Hofsmith, brilliant footwork. Picked up a lot of goals in his match of the round time, in fact 6 to his name, and they both come in waves of hat-tricks. He's a guy who, when he gets one, he commonly gets more. Ryan Hoffman specifically, 4 goals against Prospect in 2025 this year. 3 in the match of the round against River. That was his first 3. He was 19 at the time. 5 against Ropes a couple of weeks after those debut match of the round goals. Look at this by Dawson, by the way. And the right back's going on a jolly little run here. And he's got past the halfway line to find Rodrigo Barbosa. Now finds Pranesh Gaunza. Brand new teammates combining here. Inside pass that will eventually find a man in the box, Dosanjh, who clears it away. In fact, it might have been Supri Sendhu, forgive me. Gaunza again. This is Dosanjh, who does really well. And is able to win a throw-in there. Dosanjh, of course, formerly in the Portuguese second division, played in the National League of England as well. He played for Villafranquense in the Portuguese second division and also featured for Chelmsford and Alfreton. Amazing pedigree. Sent out wide, picked up easily there. And Koroma, Shemen Koroma. Actually missed 4 years of football after breaking his arm in a school football match, did the teenager, and he's decided to come back in recent years, and he's been a really smart inclusion, so athletic. From one fullback, talking about the right fullback now, and it's picked out an opposition player, and it's been cleared away. Hoffsmith. Ooh, his foot was raised a bit high there, but he missed Dawson, which is good. The right back slightly out of position as Ethan Dosanjh takes up his spot. In the meantime, Matty Elder is quick when he gets going. Koroma's done well to shut him down, though. One of many in the Blacktown Premier League 1 and 2 Division to have come of Sierra Leonean heritage, by the way. Plenty of boys from St. Pat's. Very proudly Sierra Leonean as well. It's a wonderful culture. Football's a high priority there too. Look at this by Dawson, by the way. Lovely sliding challenge. And cleared away. And he was bumped into the fence as well. He's helped to his feet by Blake Joyner, but that wouldn't have been an easy one. And by the way, the fullback has stayed down Dawson. That would have hurt. He met Joyner and the fence at the same time. And the first major stoppage in the game. Back it goes to Najibi. Of an Afghani background, one of a few as well in the competition. Think of the Illumi boys as well, of course. Played short and square after Rodrigo Barbosa was deemed offside. Who joins, as well, speaking of backgrounds, a growing list of Brazilians. Think of Glenwood's Paulo Parklea, of course. Taken off Iwaha. Really well there. Picked up well by Jordi D'Alessandro, who we know has a bit of a rocket of a right boot. This is put into Garen Serrata's weaker left side. He living dangerously. Palacios, I believe, out of defence. Hunter French in the middle was originally a striker when he joined the 21s of this great Parklea unit back in their PL1 days. Was eventually moved into midfield. Now he's a defender through the spine of the team. Iwaha with both knees strapped heavily. It's a sign that I wonder how fit, how sharp he actually is heading into this one's been a great number of weeks since he's played consistent football. And you might remember the last time that he actually played in the match of the round, which was against Parklea, funnily enough. Goes from versing them to joining them between stints on the TV. He actually came off the bench after 45 because he was injured at the time. Played about 15 minutes before the game went away from them due to Parklea's brilliance that day, and then subbed himself off. What a turn of events to see him in a Parklea jersey now. I'll tell you what, it looks good on him too. D'Souza pushed quite clearly there, and that will render a foul. Rayon Walker's picked up a goal this year. A couple of yellows to his name, as always, with the great man. And the long-distance runner gives away the foul there. Dosanjh will stand over it. Runs a football academy in his downtime, puts a perfect ball towards the back stick with great back spin and It was Koroma searching for his first goal of the season. Uprising with the header. And easy for Garen Serrata in the end, who sends it away off his right boot, which we know can score goals as well. One in the air there by Dawson. Well done, Evan. Brave to put your head on a cold night like this, on a cold Friday night, no less, in the way of that ball. Palacios, who's the WPL coach for Parklea as well, surrounded his weekdays and weeknights and weekends in Parklea magenta. Left back for the boys, coach of the girls. And Warha now the striker of the two, dropping in to receive and just facilitate players. Barbosa steps in hard on D'Alessandro, illegally so. Barbosa, we know absolutely nothing about him, and neither do Newbury, to be fair. Can understand English very well from my small interaction with him. When it comes to speaking, though, a little bit more difficult for him, but what I've been told is that he understands the language of football better than most other players playing on that pitch tonight. So we'll see more of that as it goes on. That was actually won in the air by Ryan Hofsmith. He's helped to his feet as well, which is good. Easy in the end for Naveen Kumar, but he's put that up in the sky. One time under 23 Indian international, Naveen Kumar, of course, only making his 5th start, so he's not really match sharp. No matter what your quality is, it comes into it. Koroma, left-footed, blocked pass. It will be Newbury's throw. Big fan of the grey jerseys, by the way. It's the first and only in the history of the Blacktown Premier League that I can remember a grey jersey, although Quakers Juniors, I think, might have had a dark grey or black, I can remember in years gone by, but this is a quite light shade of grey, and I'm quite a big fan of it too. Flicked on there by De Souza. Well stuffed out there by the right back Dawson. Picked up there by Rodrigo Barbosa, who's facilitating players. The striker, Pranesh Gounder. That was a poor pass towards Dosanjh. Parklea look up for this one. Despite the differences between these two on the table, and despite how they played against Spurs just a week ago, this Parklea team look a lot stronger. And look at least on par with this Newbury team. When these kind of players get on the ball, it's a bit dangerous, although D'Alessandro was there to step in the way. Blake Joyner. Lovely ball in behind for D'Alessandro. Big chance here for Parklea. D'Alessandro never had a match around goal. This man here has though! What a save! Naveen Kumar potentially keeping their club championship gold medal around their necks figuratively with that save. Big, big save down to his right. Gets a round of applause from all the attendees, and especially his teammates too. Massive moment. Parklea, they might be 5th place, but they've had the 2 best chances in the game so far. Both to Ryan Hofsmith. Towards the back stick. Cleared away by Koroma. Put back into the mixer. Cleared by Dosanjh this time. Koroma back into one of his own boys. It's not really been cleared until now, finally. Here is Pranesh Gounder. Scored 15 goals as a 21s player, I should say, for Workers a couple of years ago, before he headed to Marion and then found his way to Newbury. After all that, a hotly contested moment is going to come to the behest of the referee's whistle. Blake Joyner. In behind Abuka Iwaha. Sasan Najibi has to be strong here. Iwaha needs to play this quickly because he's running out of time to find some options, and there it's taken off him. Although it will be a free kick, it seems. Najibi not happy with that one. Ooh, some Rangers fans coming into the comments and suggesting that Abuka Iwaha might have looked better in Town Rangers colours. Each to their own. What a big moment that is. So free kick it will be. Now actually might be Tom Palacios standing over it. 2 hands raised. Ball delivered in. Floated well. Iwaha was there. Naveen Kumar watched it go out. Just a goal kick. Played short. The way of the bull. This time cleared away. Could be dangerous if not dealt with here. Pranesh Gounder threatening. Brad Hofsmith is there. Still living dangerously. Parklea under control by Palacios. He's being closed down. Needed to release. That took far too much time. Pranesh Gounder loose touch by his high standards. D'Alessandro handball there, surely. Interesting. Can't be too critical of Stuart Chapman on his match of the round refereeing debut. Natural position is the verdict. Natural position is what we'll go with. My sight to that ball. A little less straightforward than Stuart's. Throw in taken long by Palacios. What a skill that is. Put into touch by Evan Dawson. AYL representative back in his time under Leo Adagin, of course, the co-coach of the team alongside Raj Mehta. These two have masterminded the league this year. That's why they find themselves top of the club championship, it seems. One in the air by Sasan Najibi. Out of the way was the referee. Stepping in was Adagin, the older cousin of the Adagin boys. Leo, the father of Emmanuel and Josh. Alex or Alejandro, the cousin. Uruguayan movement in Newbury Bulls colours. Najibi trying for the diag inside. This could be big here. Ryan Walker and Adagin in strong again, those two. No blow of the whistle either way. It's like watching the first hit up of State of Origin, isn't it? Taken long by Palacios, flicked on by Joyner towards his striker. 13 goals this season for Hofsmith, who can run through the middle if he decides to. D'Alessandro is there. Well dealt with by Shemen Koroma. Strong with Supri Sandhu. 2 goals against Parklea, his only 2 of the year. Dosanjh has high level experience, professional experience playing football. Cuts back behind his man. Tripped enough there to earn himself a free kick. Gounder. Played centre back, played 6, played left back, played striker. Tonight he's the right winger. Koroma. Back to his left-sided centre back, which is of course Nick Sweeney, who is definitely more the sweeper next to Najibi. And he might have to be called into action here. I think in the end it might have been D'Souza who got the final touch. It will be Parklea's corner, and Parklea continue to have the dominance in terms of the major chances in this game. Kumar called into action once. Hofsmith has been involved a heap. They're still very clearly looking for their main man. Chance here. Parklea have good height. Ball put in towards the front post, cleared away. Walker should win that one out of the sky against D'Souza. Joyner. D'Souza read him well. Who got the final touch? I think it will be a goal kick. Ball might have still been in play after all that. Goal kick? No, it won't be a corner kick in the end. Nearly 30 minutes into this one, 30 minutes which is absolutely flown by. Goalless, but certainly entertaining. What is James Boyle cooking here tonight? Ball delivered, and this time it's gone deep towards the back stick. Naveen Kumar uses all of his ISL experience to get up well there and throw it quickly to Pranesh Gounder. Needed to play that ball quicker. Both of those boys are offside now. And Parklea have the ball again. And Parklea have been the better team. On cue, though, they give the ball away in a hurried kind of fashion. Adagin turns, and off he goes. 38 years young, battered into by D'Alessandro. In my opinion, probably could be the first yellow of the game, especially because of the position he was on the pitch. Not going to be given, though. Going to keep the cards in the pocket for the time being, but a stern talking to him, perhaps for D'Alessandro. That will be the last time. Dosanjh to take the free kick specialist, it seems, even when it's in the defensive half of Newbury. Delivered in. Not too much height in the box. It was D'Souza going for it. Adegin hits it up nice and high. Eventually under the control, though, of Pranesh Gounder across the face, looking for the front post. Perhaps the wrong decision there. Or perhaps he just got it wrong. Hofsmith. Another big barge coming in here. He's strong in the air. Najibi didn't go for the head there, went to clear it over and behind his head. Very brave. Rion Walker's been strong tonight. Another good movement by Rion Walker, who's going for it. Always looked like it was going wide. His reaction from my peripheral vision kind of indicated to me that it was always going wide. This ball's back in play straight away. Under control. And forward come Parklea, Ibuka Iwaha. They go out on the right channel this time. Not very often have they done that in this game, and they win a free kick. So you can say that Ryan Hofsmith and you can say that Ibuka Iwaha are the two strikers in this team, but very, very different roles. Ibuka clearly preferred to do more of the hold-up play and also more of the creative duties of the two strikers, whereas Ryan Hofsmith is the focal point. The man who will get on the end of the final ball. That's the way it was always going to be to those who know these two players. D'Alessandro standing over this one, as is, I think, Kabir Someshwar. It's the latter who takes it. Floated ball in. It was Ibuka Iwaha who got up with his right foot. But the 20-year-old, which somehow, by the way, is still 21 eligible. That is a freaky thing to say. Puts it over, out and wide. So that's the 30-minute mark, the 1/3 mark of the game. It's a first third of the match that I would certainly have to give momentum-wise to Parklea. Been the better on the night so far, it seems. Lots to prove here tonight, and realistically, not quite mathematically, but realistically, you'd think that their promotion hopes, at least automatic promotion hopes, would be out the window if they were to lose this one. But 9 club championship points could take them above Minchinbury Jets, who have a pretty poor reserve grade side compared to Parklea's second place reserve grade side, and put them right back in the mixer. Dawson, he's been really good to watch all night. Off the back of watching Jordan Hannon last week, it was a game where, despite the attack of Doomside scoring 5 goals, I actually thought the right back was the player of the match in the match. Good to see this Evan Dawson kid come in here and do something really similar. Inverted runs, hard running, effective dribbling. Sent forward. Matty Elder, Ibuka Iwaha rides the challenge. So I would have preferred, I think, the advantage there, but really, really smart strikers play against a man who, on his birth certificate, is quite the more experienced than him. Fell right into Ibuka Iwaha's trap just then. A reminder, by the way, in a dead moment here, please don't forget to like the stream. It lets us know that you're enjoying what you're experiencing as well as what you're hearing. So Kabir Someshwar, studying the 19-year-old at UNSW, born in Singapore, raised in the UK. That's where the accent comes from. Dinks that ball in again. Was there a hand involved there by Koroma? Either way, I don't think it would have been given. Iwaha does really well there. Sent out wide. Elder. Last touch was off him, so Koroma tries to shield him. One back by Matty Elder, the 24-year-old. Well dealt with by Koroma. Like I said, he's so athletic. And cleared away more comprehensively this time. One by Kabir Someshwar, I should say. Tidy footwork. That Dosanjh, I think, who sends that forward. Adegin sends it out wide. Past the halfway line, Newbury looking to make their first significant chance of the entire game. Ooh, little kick out there on Adegin, who's been right in the thick of it. For and against. Fantastic watch so far. My instincts tell me that that would be Dosanjh over the free kick again. Delivered a couple of beauties so far. Cleared away. You be careful here, Elder. Kabir Sameshwar found touch. Throw in Newbury. For the first time in a long time, I'll also be covering the WPL match of the round this weekend, which will be between two top four and premiership hopefuls. Kellyville Colts will come to visit Quakers Hill Juniors. Make sure you're there Sunday 3 p.m. Two monster teams who have really, really impressed again. It was a great match of the round at that venue between the two teams earlier last year. And be sure to be there as well in order to hear those dulcet tones of mine once again and to experience the reigning Blacktown Player of the Year up against last year's premiers and champions, of course. Well won there by Rodrigo Barbosa. Flick towards goal. Adagin was the one who was furthest forward. Garen Serrata takes a wayward touch. The second one was better. The third one was a clearance. Nice touch out of the sky, but charging in was Supri Sandhu, the 19-year-old. Nicely won back by Elder, though, competing with the touchline. Under control here by Shemen Koroma. Dosanjh only played his 5th game here tonight, but you can see the impact he has when he does play. Not sure why he's been so unavailable. Now comes Joyner. It's a 3v5. There's a chance for Parklea here. Now he moves inside the box. Danger signs flashing for Newbury. Joyner still goes down. Told to get to his feet. Didn't really appeal for a penalty, though, to be fair to him. Dosanjh. Lovely triangles being made in Newbury grey. The dink forward towards Pranesh Gounder. Pranesh Gounder gets on the ball. Just outside the box down the right-hand side. Cuts into it. Fortunously wins it back. Goes down. No penalty, the call. One up one end. One down the other in a flash. Remember to keep your live chats coming in on both Facebook and YouTube. We respond to them when appropriate. And especially when funny. 10 minutes left to go in a match that probably won't yet warrant any added on time. Lovely. The short corner working a treat so far for Newbury. Big chance this cleared away. Hofsmith. Taken off him. Not a position he's familiar with. But he barrels back in defence really, really well. And actually ends up with a goal kick. So for his misfortunes in possession, he made up for it tenfold with his doggedness in defence. Bang, and away that one goes. Well clear of the halfway line. Both Najibi and Ebuka Iwaha missed it. Lovely touch by Palacios, but walks himself into danger that he pulls free from. And the last touch was off of one of the Newbury boys, so it will be Parklea's throw. Palacios will slow this one down, but has to be wary of Pranesh Gounder, who only arrived as... Ooh, there's a concern here, I think, for Ryan Hofsmith. Yes, there is. Has not been the most injury-free player that we've ever seen, which is such a shame because of his rather brilliant qualities in attack. And this brings a very, very worrisome feeling. Now officially the medical staff is called onto the pitch. He actually played 50, 60 odd minutes last night, so I'm not surprised that Hofsmith is feeling it. I'm not sure he would have played the full match, to be perfectly honest with you. He's used to playing a mix of 21's reserves and first, but eventually, at this point of the season, it will start to take toll. But I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Was he bumped into? He's indicating that the ankles, something's not quite right around there. But a moment to reflect on the match. So it's Newbury sort of talk among themselves, and they're asking a couple of players to come over. Pranesh Gounder's called over. Newbury call over Rodrigo Barbosa as well. Parklea, all but 3 of them, over getting some drinks and chats to Mark Cadle, the assistant coach, and also James Boyle, the head coach. Hunter French having a chat to Garen Serrata just outside the 18-yard box of Parklea, but as the camera sticks on the man down, Ryan Hofsmith, Parklea's number 9, and one of the 10 most potent, most lethal goal scorers in the match of the round history, is down, and this is a big, big concern. Big, big concern for Parklea, who will likely shift to their very familiar 4-3-3, which will push Matty Elder and Blake Joyner further forward as more attacking wingers rather than left and right mids. And you would think that it would force them to bring on a midfielder, likely Aaron Cruz. I would say the number 7 actually scored the only goal in Parklea's match against Newbury earlier in the season. But Ryan Hofsmith, whose left knee is taped up, I think because it might either be, I think it's been bleeding previously or it's injured. He's going to head to the sideline. So what's the verdict for Ryan Hofsmith? Should I call out to him and ask? A chat with the medical staff due, and it looks like he's very much considering his options. His head's going to his hands. I'm not sure if the camera's on him right now because, of course, I watch it for 30-second delay, but looks like they're down to playing with 10 men at the moment. They're going to give Ryan every opportunity possible to get back into this one. I promise you he'll give it his best go. And to be honest, usually I would say that there's more... What on earth is going on here? Are Newbury making a change? Newbury have made a change. Newbury have made a tactical first half change. How interesting. Obviously didn't deem Rodrigo Barbosa to be fully fit just yet. And so that's Kane Belcastro who comes on. My belief that he was a defender. He's not. He's a one-goal player this year. He scored his goal in first grade against Pats, his only goal of the year. 9 starts for him across both resis and firsts. 21's eligible. Another one who joined the club this year. So Rodrigo Barbosa's match of the round debut was short-lived. Abuke Iwaha also won his match of the round debut for his new club. Loses the ball out there. What a strange game. Ryan Hofsmith, by the way, is walking to the sideline. In fact, he's walking back to the technical area around the width of the pitch. So I have a feeling his night might be done, guys. It's in response to Ryan Hofsmith's injury for Parklea. Newbury make the change. Sliding challenge there, not called up. Chance for Dosanjh, I think, to cut back on his right. Twisting, weaving against Kabir Someshwar. Whistle to the lips of the referee. What's the verdict? Free kick. I think both teams are trying to listen to what's happening right now. What on earth is going on? What's the verdict? He's having a chat via his mic, I think, to one of the assistants. The questions are being asked. Did Kabir Someshwar give it away? Penalty! Newbury! Newbury are going to have a penalty in a match where they've been dominated, to be fair. They're going to have a chance from 11 yards to put themselves in front. Parklea are appealing, especially Kabir Someshwar, where he was razzled and tazzled by Ethan Dosanjh. Well, Pranesh Gounder said he'd score a hat-trick in this one. A chance for his first. This will have major ramifications on the club championship. If they get 9 points, they'll be up to 119. They'll be 14 points clear of Town Rangers on the club championship. Pranesh Gounder, the 23-year-old, up from 21s after all these years. Gounder from the spot! Buries it slightly to the left of centre. Sent Gavin Serrata the wrong way. And Newbury, it'll be controversial no matter what. But they have taken the lead. Parklea faithful, of course, not happy, they never are. And just like that, Newbury's very, very good defending to this point has allowed them to take one chance to put themselves in front, and that's what's probably made them championship contenders this year. Isn't it funny that the moment that Ryan Hofsmith took his hiatus from the game, they struggled. It was that momentum shift. It worked so well in Newbury's favour. Ethan Dosanjh had 3 Parklea players around him when he won that penalty. And Kabir Someshwar, unfortunately, a moment for him to learn from. Dosanjh making a run in behind. He'll receive it here again. Flicked it between his legs. Gounder, who's become the central striker. Chancey for Belcastro, just off the bench and onto the pitch. Goes down. The ball is hidden underneath the body of players. And finally, Parklea win a free kick, which Jordi D'Alessandro takes quickly. Joyner up against Dawson, does so well with the Rabona tackle, pushed into defence again by Joyner. It's like dodgy WWE, smash Joyner. Brilliant to watch. This game has just gone up a little bit of a notch here, you'd have to say. And defence getting involved between Joyner and Dawson. Those two young players are going to have a real good battle for the rest of this one. I can tell that Dawson was very frustrated with that. There's going to be a big hit at some point between those two. That's going to be brilliant to watch. So a sub has been made. Finally. Confirmation of who it is coming in just a moment for you. I believe it might be Gemelli. Let's double check. They played with 10 players for 5 minutes and gone down a goal in that time. How crucial could that be? Well done, Hunter French. Najibi did well as well. Matthew Gemelli is the one who does come on. 28-year-old, over a decade spent at the club. Oh, got past one, did Dawson, cleared away French again. Brilliant to watch. On the live ladder as well, by the way, not just in club championship, but on the live ladder, on a day where they play their game in hand, Newbury currently top by 2 points. And a reminder, in the club championship, now top on the live ladder by some 19 points. That's 2 first-grade wins and a draw for Town Rangers to catch up on. That's the depth of their advantage. It is a significant advantage, should they continue to keep their finger on the pulse and get the 3 points come 9 points tonight. Oh, Naveen Kumar, Manuel Neuer-esque. Brilliant to watch. Tupri Sandhu. Over the top, looking for Dasan's player of the match so far. Gets it under control. Cuts back past Kabir Sameshwar. Past Kabir Sameshwar. Cleared away that time by French, I do believe. Forward by David D'Souza. Chance. Dawson read it really well. And what a touch it could be for Kane Del Castro, who meets Brad Hofsmith. Very, very loud game out there. It's brilliant to listen to. Pass to Suzo is Joyner. Sends it in behind Abuka Iwaha. Najibi's had his number so far. Stuart Chapman, the referee, was telling Blake Joyner to just drop back a little bit. Joyner. So much of this game has been played on this near side. Barely ever gone down the right-hand side. D'Alessandro. Najibi again has been really strong. Wins a free kick. So good to see. Well done by the 24-year-old. He runs a building business, runs a restaurant, and right now he's running this Newbury defence. Played square to his centre-half partner, his swooping buddy, and Nick McSweeney. Adegi sends it out wide. Joyner trying to close down Dawson here. Evan and Adegi in tandem. They give it away, though. Back to Darren Serrata. Clears it away for the first time in a while. It's gone to the right, and Koroma beat Elder to it. Adegi strong. Free kick against Parklea here. Well done by Adegi. 2 minutes into added on time. I forgot to mention this game has passed on so quickly, and after that penalty I basically forgot to look at the clock. Forgive me. This might be the last chance of this exhilarating and quick first half. If the cold isn't enough to take your breath away, the pace of the game might just. Some special guests coming after half-time as well. So stay tuned and make sure your sound is on for that. Pranesh Gaunda dinks it in. It's allowed to bounce before finding Garen Serrata. A look at the watch by the referee. Well done there by Sweeney, cleared away by Naveen Kumar. Into touchdown, not his best night footwork-wise, but that will be the last action of a brilliant to watch first half. It has been so much fun. And Parklea, who have a tendency to do well in these match of the round games over the years, will head into the sheds with a bit between their teeth as they come out of them in the second half, I'm sure, because they were the better team in this first half. And Newbury win what they'll call a controversial penalty. What I could see from here looked like a penalty to me. And as a result of that, Pranesh Gaundar's well-placed penalty that sent Garen Serrata the wrong way has these two teams in promotion hopes split by a 0-0. Come back in about 10 minutes or so. We're going to talk about the promotion race heading into the rest of the season, what it can mean, the ramifications of this result, what a Parklea comeback would look like on the club championship table. We'll discuss it all, and we'll do it with a special guest too. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The second half between these two promotion hopefuls, and certainly one with their finger on the pulse of that promotion button, is about to restart. I'm joined by one of the referees who every single person knows, Antonio Perello here, watching along tonight. My friend, thanks so much for joining. As the viewers return, there's only one thing that I could possibly clue you about, and that's the penalty. In my opinion, it's a penalty. I've asked a couple of people from around the ground, including some Parklea reps and some Newbury reps. They think it is too. What did you make of this whole situation?
Good evening, Mark. Thank you very much for another opportunity. It is warmer up here than outside. Yeah, look, right decision. Kind of confused himself a little bit. Didn't think it was inside at the time, but got the right decision in the end with the right restart. So pretty proud of Stuart there.
This Newbury team, I know you work a lot with PL2 teams, PL1 teams. You're in the centre of all those games. They're pretty good. They're 19 club championship points clear. Have you enjoyed watching them here in the match of the round tonight?
It's actually been not bad. Very stop-start, but there still is a bit of talent out there tonight. It's good to watch.
Thank you very much for your verdict on the pen. I'll get you for just one more question. Stuart Chapman just generally making his match of the round centre refereeing debut tonight. What an awesome opportunity for him. Less than 2 years experience, by the way. What does that say, by the way? I just might interrupt myself because Hunter French needs to clear this ball and now Ryan Walker slows it down. But a guy with less than 2 years experience has earned his way to the top, the pinnacle of refereeing a match of the round on a Friday night. How proud are you of him?
Words can't describe. To be honest, Stuart's really good guy, up-and-coming referee, deserves his chance, and he's actually going pretty well. I'm pretty proud of him, to be honest.
Fantastic.
As is both ARs, to be honest.
Yes, I believe Hayden recently married as well, so he's really loving life. It's been a really good couple of weeks and months for him, and great to see so many young referees as well on the far side as well, keeping it down just fine. Been a not controversial game, which is exactly what the referees want. The less you talk about, the better, hey?
Absolutely. Can't agree more, Mark.
Mr. Antonio Perello, I will let you go. Thank you so much for staying up here. I wish I could keep you for the whole time, but I know you have a job to do, and I appreciate your efforts nonetheless.
Brilliant, Mark. Thank you very much. Again, thank you.
Always a pleasure, my friend. I let you get back out into the cold as well as I'll focus in on the commentary. It's going to be Newbury who play that short corner tactic again. Dos Santos, I believe, standing over the ball. That's how they won the penalty. Back to him. Now delivered in. And the back stick was Najibi. And there on the strike. First time for Koroma. Easy save in the end. Thanks so much to Antonio Perello, by the way. What a superstar kind of guy. Just so well respected as a chance here forming for Parklea. Joiner up against Dawson. And that's been sent to Air Aquilina Reserve. So the injury verdict on Rodrigo Barbosa unfortunately just got a little knock, was feeling it and decided he wanted to come off. There's still more important games to come. Of course, still missing Manandeep for 5 more weeks. They're going to need him to build that match sharpness and fitness as time goes on. Forward by Dos Santos gives it away for what I think is the first time in the game. Pranesh Gaunda gets the loose ball after Ryan Walker tripped over his own feet. Here is Ethan Dos Santos with no one ahead of him. As the world's worst sounding Lancer goes up Eastern Road. Wow, that was horrendous. Chansey, Ibuka Iwaha was threatening. Well, I was told that he'd play a reduced amount of minutes in this game. I wonder how long that will be for. Still out on the pitch tonight. Gaunda gives it away. Supri Sanders really annoyed by that. So was Kane Belcastro, Ethan Dos Santos too. So if it stays like this, might I remind you, in case you're just tuning in for the first time, on the live ladder, Town Rangers now fall 2 points behind on the first grade live ladder, and on the club championship table, Newbury have extended their lead in the last 2 nights, playing a catch-up game no less to 19 points, which equates to 2 first-grade victories and a reserve-grade draw. It cannot be any clearer how next to insurmountable that advantage is. D'Souza's been the best player on the park next to Dosanjh tonight, picked up by Adagin. Supri Sandu trying to get it out from under his feet. Couple of bumps going in here, D'Alessandro. Chance it. David Chagas D'Souza. Still dancing with it. Gives it away though. Kabir Sameshwar will want to have a strong second half, I'm sure. Barely seen Luke Gemelli touch the ball at the top of the midfield for Parklea since coming off the bench as an injury replacement for Ryan Hofsmith, which in that moment you feel like the game might be gone for Parklea. Only one goal though. Najibi. Silly giveaway. Nice pass by Gemelli. Someshwar. Ibuka missed it with his forehead. Supri Sandu. Only playing a handful of games this year, the 19-year-old. Chance for Pranesh Gaunda. Part of that workers team that won the 21's grand final a couple of years ago, before Marion went and won it twice in a row. They were the OGs. Those guys playing first grade football now, PL1, PL2 clubs. Najibi, another standout in the spine of Newbury's team here tonight. Back to Naveen Kumar. Hasn't been great with the feet tonight, but haphazardly that'll work out. Could have been if Najibi was a bit more ready for it, but that's not his fault at all. Parker looking to take it quickly. Here's Ibuka Iwaha. A ball clearly by Adagin. And a chance from about 25 yards out, and on a really strange angle for a right footer. Parklea have a chance to whip this one. Naveen Kumar's footwork hasn't been great. They've played it short to Matty Elder. Delivers a really good ball across the face of goal. Stellar pass of the ball. And no one there to meet it. Best piece of quality going forward all night with that one cross there. Right there. That was the best moment of the night. Living real dangerously Adagin on D'Alessandro. Nice work by Kane Belcastro. Clear shot. Tug there. Yellow card will be the easiest decision of the night. The first of the night. Reach to the back pocket for Stuart Chapman. Yellow card distributed to, I believe, Tom Palacios. Knew he was beaten there. The 20-year servant of this club. Wow. Clear as day. Reminder as well to go and watch the podcast that was posted last night after this. It's got less than 500 views so far. It's our longest of the season. We spent 28 minutes with next year's most likely PL1 team. The new team, I should say, Newbury, that is. Offside is the verdict. Make sure you go and watch that podcast because I really, really do believe it's one of my best. We've taken the quality up in the last couple of weeks. Ibuka Iwaha was quicker than his man. Naveen Kumar's footwork was called into action. That time it was pitch perfect. Good turn there by Supri Sandu. Kept in play by Elder. Someshwar. Hunter French. All the way back to Garen Serrata. Great press led by Pranesh Gaunda. Really, really nicely done. Najibi a little fortunate there. Najibi a little more fortunate there. That's better done. Right to the heart of the Parklea midfield. Adagin switch. Supri Sandu. Lovely pass. Pranesh Gaunda has one goal to his name already. Cuts back outside. Danger seems long gone. Dosanjh blocked. Looking for his third goal in 2 weeks. Dilly-dallying Evan Dawson. Adagin steps in and sends it away. Massive punt out of the sky. Hit Ibuka Iwaha. Nothing he knew about it. Adagin picks it up, crosses the halfway line. dancing around, trying to keep the ball under control. Really well done. And he wins and rides the challenge. Apologies for the French. Really good by Shemin Koroma. Really, really good by Shemin Koroma. Went for the near post, didn't get it. But ever since that goal has gone in, actually ever since Ryan Hofsman's come off the pitch for Parklea, this has really become Newbury's match. And if they get a second goal in this one, I can almost assure you that the game, the result at least, will be done. Parklea cannot afford to concede this goal because it would likely, I would have to say likely, put them out of promotion hopes. What a turnaround from the club that once six-peated the PL1 championship. Ajibi been really impressed with his bleach blonde style of football here tonight. Free kick. Out again, standing over this one. Desange kind enough to allow him the last couple of free kicks. Away by Jordi D'Alessandro. Nearly broke the sound barrier with that call. Sandu, who won that free kick a couple of seconds ago. Brilliant work by Supri Sandu, who's got a footballer's name. That shot was blocked. Lovely change of direction, Iniesta-esque there, but he didn't get the free kick he wanted. Controversial call, because here come Newbury. I should say, here come Parklea, the man on match of the round debut for Parklea. It's been won by Naveen Kumar and then closed down, grabbing at the left trap, the left shoulder. Says he's all right, just taking a second to steady himself. I believe. Lovely work. First time that I've really seen Nick Sweeney come out of defence there, and look what he was able to do. Quite agile. Ball delivered in. Sameshwar got it away by hook or by crook. Elder. Koroma's been hard to deal with all night, and again Elder, well, he actually wins a free kick. Koroma's probably had his number so far in this game, except for that one cross that Elder delivered before. So when he gets an inch of space, look what he can do. Kind of agree with some of the assessments in the comments. I don't think it's been the greatest display of what PL2 is capable of. I think we've seen teams play better football, but it's interesting nonetheless. Don't forget, this is a Parklea team now missing their best player. This is also a Newbury team who are missing arguably their best player. Very, very rotated squad. On a pitch where they've not had a lot of luck, they've lost one match of the round by 6-1 last year. Chance here. Ebuka Iwaha snatched at the opportunity. This is a match, a ground where they've been pasted in a match of the round when they had that old squad last year, that really young squad on average, and they came here against Prospect and won 4-2, as you know. Naveen Kumar taking his sweet time. And honestly, why wouldn't you? Unless you are told to hurry up. Parklea substitutes warming up, it seems. Do Mark and James have under their belt? What do Raj and Leo have under theirs? I'd love to see a bit of fresh legs come into this one in the next 10 minutes or so, because it's lacking in that X factor. Geez, those two early chances to Parklea, they might come and help Newbury. Pranesh Gounder, big chance. Pranesh Gounder, what a challenge, Hunter French. And the offside flag was raised, helped to his feet by his captain with a slap on the back and a well done, son. Was forced to make that challenge, probably cut open both of his knees in doing that, but the offside flag ended up being raised nonetheless. Well won there by Koroma. Been really impressed by Shemin in the number 7. Waha. Good footwork. Not going anywhere. You could hear those calls come in through the mic. Ooh, free kick given there as Supri Sandhu was about to barrel down on goal. "30 minutes to go. If the first third of this match was one that you gave to Parklea, the middle third of this match most certainly belonged to the team considered the home side, Newbury." Sandhu sends it back. Well on there by French. Adagin gets involved. Just sends it forward anyway. We'll do. Got that wrong. 9th match of the season in first grade for Adagin. He's been one of the most consistent men in the first team because he did, of course, get that ankle swelling that he suffered against Nathan Smith from Parklea when they met the first time when Newbury won 3-1 earlier in the season. Missed 3 games as a result, but has since played every single one since. Well stepped in there by Brad Hoffsmith. Shemin in the 7 has space to run into. He's real quick. Forward and on he goes to Shemin in the 7, under control, looking for a first goal of the season. Head in hands. Great block in the end by, I think, Brad Hoffsmith. Twice he stepped in the space of 30 seconds. And a great block. If that had gone in, it would have been the end of the night for Parklea. So some subs afoot. Parklea bring on Aaron Cruz. The other I'm not 100% sure of, forgive me. Aaron Cruz, the only man for Parklea to score against Newbury this season. I think that's Matt Elder who's come off as well. Played short, Supri Sandhu, pass 1. Touch was heavy, cleared. Don't mind it by Newbury. Don't mind it at all. My guess is that the man who's come on is Noah Young, who, by the way, is their 2nd top votes receiver and 2nd top goal scorer. 5 goals in first grade, 7 votes to his name. Being Parklea's, well, I guess you could say 2nd best player and 2nd best scorer. Preferred off the bench tonight. There he is, number 16. So Noah Young on. Finally, some might say, the 24-year-old one club man. This is his 16th year in this squad. 16 on his back too. Ryan Hoffsmith out way in front. Actually one of the contenders for the Player of the Year, but barring a miracle, won't get any points to his name tonight. Ooh, hit the hand of Kane Belcascio, but because he was pushed, I thought. Apparently not so. Hoffsmith. Brad, that is. The only Hoffsmith still on the pitch. Aaron Cruz. Blocked off. Well won there by Evan Dorset. Solid game by Newbury's right back. Well, after an 8-goal reserve grade game last night, split 5-3 the way of the Bulls, I expected something similar here tonight. Bit of a shortcoming there by Aaron Serrano. Noah Young's first touch of the game. Header sent in field to Gemelli. Subs combining here. Rayon Walker's not quicker than Shemin Koroma. Naveen Kumar, that's better by him. Been a bit more composed in the second half. As has Koroma, who's probably making his way up the player of the match votes as Newbury continue to just run their finger over this game. So good there to keep and retain possession by Supri Sandhu. He played a couple of games this year. This Newbury team are playing better football now. Parklea don't really know how to deal with it just yet. The midfield of Jordi D'Alessandro, Aaron Cruz and Rion Walker respectfully isn't the most creative midfield. It's very defensively solid, but it's not very creative. They need a goal here. In fact, you know what? They probably need 2 goals here tonight. 1 point, not going to do a lot of damage reduction, especially after that Spurs draw last week, which required a 97th minute equaliser. So we know they keep pushing until the 90th minute and beyond. Belcastro, who, by the way, spotted me on the metro today and didn't even come and say hi. How dare he? Chance. Noah Young, I do believe, on that far side. Goes down. Foul, it will be. Parklea faithful calling for a card. Hasn't really made a chance in 60 minutes. Yellow card distributed. 1 each now. Still Pranesh Gandhar's penalty, the difference between these two teams. Only one other game comes to mind. None of the match around ever has been decided by just 1 goal. That was just a penalty. I don't know exactly which game it is, but I remember feeling equally as lustful for more goals in that one as I am today. Excuse the French you're hearing come through. Just 2 passionate teams. Ball delivered by Joyner. Either way, Naveen Kumar. Parkling quick to hound down Belcastro there. Long throw in taken. And again. Goes down. Sack of potatoes. Free kick, Newbury. Just continue to frustrate their opposition here tonight. Newbury yet to go to their bench, other than, of course, the forced change to Rodrigo Barbosa. And now there's another injury concern for Parklea here. Subs afoot for Parklea. The concern, by the way, to Noah Young, who's only just come on the pitch. Looks more hurt than injured. I really want to see, by the way, Sheven Koroma of Newbury, the left back. Not just because he's wearing the number 7, by the way, which is a criminal offence in my opinion. I want to see him play further forward. Played short and sweet. Evan Dawson now occupying the centre of the defence. Young's back to his feet, by the way. Magic sends it away with a crunching clearance. Chance here, if they don't deal with this properly. Well done there by Hunter French. Darren Serrata sends that one away. That one's gone well clear of the halfway line, and Koroma, bit of a mistouch out of the sky for him, cleared by Evan Dawson. Adegin strong on Alessandro, but it's the latter, the Italian, who comes away with it. Out wide that goes towards Tom Palacios. Back here to younger of the two Hoffsmith brothers, Brad. Lovely touch there by Rion Walker. And forward come Parklea. How is that for a ball in behind? Read really well and put a touch into the stands. Parklea starting to put a bit of pressure on with 20 minutes left to go in this one. Long throwing, cleared away Najibi. Oh, Rion Walker! Wide. Chance, Newbury, Bill Castro, square, Assange. Haven't seen him much lately, but this is what he can do when he is on the ball. Delivered in, easy for Darren Serrata. Poor pass. 20 to go. Parklea need realistically 2 goals here tonight. Adegin tracking back. Push in the back. And a free kick. Parklea can have any complaints whatsoever. You've just heard a Scottish accent saying, "What a joke." It's quite clearly not. I'll happily go against the criticism there. I think it's as clear a day foul in the modern game as you could possibly come across. Koroma. Kicked in R3 and off he goes. Searching pass out wide. Koroma wins it in the sky again. Samashwa all the way back to Darren Serrata. Alessandro, who played NPL in the Hawkesbury region. I should say Hunter Valley region, forgive me. Koroma will close down here and it's cleared away. Bit of a poor clearance though. Oh, miscommunication, Rion Walker. Alessandro recycles it, left-footed pass out wide. Difficult to control but well dealt with. Poor touch inside though. Del Castro did well. French back to Hoffsmith. Forgive me, not French. It was perhaps Cruz. Back to Hoffsmith. Either way, under the nose of the commentator now, Samashwa. At the back stick, there's a chance to find a surging run of what looks like Noah Young. Lovely. Davishak is de Souza in behind, but well won there off the head of Hoffsmith. Supri. Sandu. Lovely. Not for the first time he's made that square run across the line. Great footwork. Chance for Newbury if they can deliver the ball into the box. Parklea getting numbers back. Darren Serrata read it well. Two-time All-Star for a reason. Demanding the ball. Good footwork. A nothing pass, unfortunately. Strong work at the back there by Nick Sweeney. So subs afoot. This time it is for Newbury. Who will it be? Right, yellow boots. Defensive-minded player brought on My best guess is that that is, in fact, the number 50. Yes, it is. It's the man who was on the mic about an hour and 20 minutes ago. It's Rafa Sol. Oh! Oh, this is a huge moment. I think an indirect free kick's been given in the box. Yes, because Najibi picked up the ball. Why did Najibi pick up the ball? Oh, a moment of madness. We've had an indirect free kick once earlier this season, the PL1 match between Tigers and Marion. Naveen Kumar is saying that he passed the ball while the referee then either blew his whistle or indicated that the ball was not in play yet. Hence why Najibi nonchalantly flicked it up. Unfortunately, he might have nonchalantly given Parklea the easiest route besides a penalty back into this game. This is a huge moment. We've had indirect free kicks on very rare occasions. One very recently, as just mentioned, about 6 weeks ago. Never seen one scored though. So every Newbury player on the line. Gemelli in the mix. He might be the one that taps it off. Who is the one to smash it? There's a space at the bottom left corner of Newbury's goal. Could this bring the promotion battle back into contention? Gemelli's about to get the easiest match of the round assist of his life. Here we go. Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Smashed in, Parklea level. One of the weirdest, strangest goals you'll ever see. Naveen Kumar is cautioned. Parklea earn it back through the greatest stroke of fortune you're ever likely to see. A contentious penalty in the opinion of Parklea was given in the first half. A contentious indirect free kick given some minutes later into this second. And now, just like that, Blake Joyner brings us level. What on earth is this game? And now let's look at the live ladder. So that 119-point live ladder prediction while Newbury were ahead, that's now cut. The lead was 19 points as Dosanjh comes forward. Was there a handball? Dosanjh is there, cleared. So, again, we just bring it back. So if this is a draw, they'll earn 3 points. The 19-point lead is cut back. Minus 9 is 10, plus 3 is 13. That's still 2 wins in reserve grade. And that is also a win in first. It's still a significant lead, but they would have much, much rather than be the 19-point lead. I'm getting some text on my phone from some avid Premier League One watchers that they're very happy that the referee picked that up. I tell you what, the gravitas of that moment may be huge in the context of this season, but in all fairness, that is an indirect free kick. The question was go, and then it was given away. And I tell you what, Newbury's appeals weren't that grand as Rafa Sol in his match of the round debut. Wow, big moment, huge moment. One of the biggest of the season, one of the most, I'm sure, contentious moments of the season. I thought it was the right call upon reflection. Parklea have a bit of a spring in their step now. Koroma does well, but they've got numbers forward. Do Parklea. Ooh, D'Alessandro. Ooh, Someshwa. That's why I want to see this kid play further forward. Lovely ball curling into the path of Supri Sandhu. And Shemin wants more from his team. Newbury have still been the better team in this second half and beyond. Can they earn themselves their lead back? Show what they're really made of. That's not the greatest pass of all time. Parklea now. Oh, Evan Dawson living dangerously. There's some space here for Parklea to move into. Rafa Saul flicks it on. Chance for Gemelli. Got the shot wrong. Parklea have got their proverbial tails up. Got that wrong. Could there be someone to come off the bench and perhaps win this one? Naveen Kumar's caution, by the way, for the way he spoke to the referee earlier in the match. Doesn't want to get a second yellow, hence the calls by the crowd that I'm sure you can probably hear. Still the delay goes on. 10 minutes on the nose left to go. They will be out on time. Poor kick out again by Kumar. One back by here, by Koroma. Chance here. Someshwa's going to have to deal with two runners, and they're both Supri Sandhu and Assange. Free kick against Parklea. It is a free kick. I mean, how can Parklea be annoyed when they just got one of the craziest decisions of the season in their favour? Stay on the referee's side, lads. So Ethan Assange will deliver this one. It's allowed to bounce once. Away it goes. Lovely pass to find Gemelli, who had that recent chance. Joiners have still got plenty of running. Rafa Saul was in firmly, the 20-year-old, but fairly was the call. He's just scratched up his whole outer thigh. That will sting. Hello, my friend. We have another special guest to join us. I'll get you to grab that headset. Welcome, Nick Sweeney. Played 70-odd minutes in that one. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream here tonight. I know you didn't make your podcast debut, but straight into the live broadcast. Just a quick one. Why'd you come off, my friend?
Not sure. Just subbed me off.
Yellow card distributed out again. What did you make of that decision against you guys? Keep it PG?
I didn't really touch him. Guy sort of just dove over my foot. Yeah, obviously looked pretty bad, so it was good.
Plenty of pushing and shoving in the box right now. The feeling is certainly stirring out there. Has it been an enjoyable game nonetheless? A good challenge in this contest?
Yeah, it's been a pretty good game from both sides. A bit cold out there, but we're all doing our best. So
you'll still have a 113 point tally once you do finish this game. If it does end at 1-1, that's still a pretty healthy lead over Town Rangers. Are you confident, like your friends were last night on the podcast, of keeping that lead?
Yeah, look, I think we've got both great sides in the reserve grade and the first grade squad. So I think we're all pretty confident, but obviously not too confident that we don't give the lead away, but we're pretty confident.
Well, so that was kind of the feeling I got last night. Your teammates were hungry and confident, but not too far along that line of being too cocky, you know what I mean? It was very well dealt with, and I think it was such an interesting podcast to watch last night. My friend, I won't keep you for too long. Thanks for jumping up on here after 70 very, very hard, very grueling minutes. I'll let you go, but thanks for making your broadcast debut with the BDSFA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Big thank you to Mr. Sweeney. Playing 70 minutes, as I said, and then jumping on a live broadcast is very tough. Fit as a fiddle if he can keep that up. Nice to hear a nice reserved take on the game. So it turns out it wasn't Aragin involved. Not sure where I was going with that sentence, by the way. He wasn't the one that gave away that indirect call, of course. He came off, and in fact, that's what happened almost directly after. Supri Sandhu up against Sameshwar. Two 19-year-olds coming together there in the match of the round. Rafa Saul. Nice by Dosanjh. 25-year-old finds another teenager in Kodama. 6 minutes left to go in a pulsating match of the round match. Flipped forward by Rafa Saul. Kodama. Well done by Shemin. 1-2 was great with Dosanjh. Been so good tonight. Offside flag raised. He knew it too. So subs afoot, it seems. Who are Newbury about to bring on? They've got a man who helped win promotion last year, Manjot Singh with Polonia. So that looks to me like Maradona has made his way back onto the match of the round. One-time goal scorer, one-time assister when the cameras are on, formerly of Spurs, then went to Polonia. Speaking of them, by the way, it is in fact the man dubbed Maradona for the way he looks and plays. It's Daman Preet here who comes on. H-E-E-R, Daman Preet here. Played at a very high level, was playing at Mumbai FC's under-19s before a 2-year absence from football really took the momentum out of his boots, unfortunately, due to an ACL and meniscus injury. Still played at high levels while studying back home in his native India and found his way over here into Australia. Now he's doing a mix of gymming as many days as he possibly can, he tells me, while also driving trucks, which apparently is where he's going to directly after this game. Can the one-time match of the round goal scorer pick up a goal? Love it when players make a big deal out of the time I have to prepare my commentary notes. As someone's car alarm is going off, by the way. Ball is bouncing up in the sky. I wonder if anyone will be distracted by that. Noah Young is threatening. Adagin with strong wins a free kick, but well, in fact, no, Adagin does not win a free kick. He gives away a free kick as the car alarm goes off. Parklea players are desperately urging the referee to distribute more cards. And the car alarm goes off again. And off it goes again. How could this day get any stranger? Goals from set pieces, if you can call a penalty that, and then a indirect free kick. 1 goal in each half. Some might call it a controversial penalty. I won't. Certainly, no matter what, a controversial call for the indirect free kick, but I can absolutely see why it was given. Like I said, Newbury, besides Naveen Kumar, didn't really appeal it all that much. Aaron Cruz was the man who scored against Newbury when they first met. It's been left, it's been left, it's been struck. This time it should be easy for Naveen Kumar, and it is. Blake Joyner looking for his brace. This will be difficult to control for Pranesh Gownder. He's nutmegged himself. Said he'd score a hat-trick today. He's got a goal from the spot. I'm sure he wanted more, though. Evan Dawson has been great to watch all day. Got that pass wrong, though. Siding runs. Oh, that's actually come off the striker, pressing on there in Dosanjh. One back by Parklea. Blake Joyner is quick, but Evan Dawson's way quicker. Wow, he's got some pace, Dawson. Offside. Flag will be raised. Whistle will be blown. And both those things do happen. With 2 minutes left to go, but I can imagine again plenty of added on time to come. It seemed like it was going to be slim pickings in the first half. We got 2.5, 3 minutes out of it. Can't imagine what's going to be given now. Adagin wins it back. Cruz wins it back. Parklea had the ball. Gemelli. Searching pass forward. Shemin got on. Great to watch all evening. Still Shemin Koroma. Dosanjh takes over. On in the air, Palacios. Joyner being shielded by Najibi, who had such a solid game until he gave away that rather unfortunate indirect free kick in the box. Joyner, well done to get that under control. Cruz. Chance with Parklea numbers forward aplenty, because it's, while both teams really want to win this one for the sake of their seasons, not just for the sake of wanting to win this match of the rounds, but the ramifications it has on Parklea not getting maximum points out of this one in both the PL1, the PL2 first grade table and the club championship is huge. It's bigger. It's of higher importance than that of Newbury, who still have such a big lead at the top. Ball delivered in. Serrata didn't even need to touch it on the way out. Serrata's been sending them long all night. We are now into added on time. Anything being played now is at the discretion of Stuart Chapman, the centre referee. Free kick against Parklea. Najibi square to his centre-back partner, his newly instated centre-back partner, Rafa Saul, living very dangerously. Easily won there by Rayon Walker, and the machine comes forward out of defence. He's gone for that Trivella too many times, in my opinion. It's becoming readable. A little fatigue there, but Alessandro steps in to win it back, then puts it into the danger no man's zone. That was one back by Newbury, a fatigued Parklea midfield showing in numbers there. Dosanjh full of running. That ball's gone into the next car park. That's already 1 minute of added on time played. A result that probably benefits Minchinbury Prospect more so than it does anybody else. Town Rangers as well. I mean, realistically, they probably wanted Parklea to lose tonight because I think Newbury are too far gone at this point. But for Town Rangers, any semblance of hope would have been on Parklea earning all maximum points here tonight. But this is not going to be good for the promotion hopes of what is technically the visiting side. Newbury will go level on points in first grade with Town Rangers. They'll have the exact same number of wins, draws, losses. But also, Town Rangers still have the bye to come. Crazy world we live in. Time wasting away, raised elbow there. Parklea get a free kick. This might be one of the last opportunities of their game, if not the. A goal now will be the winner. Both Parklea and Newbury have scored very, very late goals to salvage their season recently. Some big boys coming forward, including Brad Hoffsmith. It's going to go towards Brad Hoffsmith. Where might it fall to? Cleared by Saul, but not far. Koroma is in there, living far too dangerously. That's the end of the match. Parklea were hoping for far more added on time, I think. Newbury will be the happier of the two to come away with an equal scoreline. But for Parklea, who sit fifth, yes, they still got another catch-up game to go, but they're only on 17 points, and if they want to make finals, Prospect are on 23. That's a big, big gap, and realistically, even 16 plus 3 plus 3 would go from 19 to 22. They still would have been behind Prospect once they got to equal amounts of games between the two. Oh, a red card given to Naveen Kumar. What an unnecessary post-whistle moment. That's now two former Indian Super League players sent off and suspended for Newbury. He's having to be restrained. What on earth is going on? he might disagree with the decision. In everybody else's opinion, including his teammates, it was probably a fair enough call, all things considered. Now he's been suspended. He's put a blemish on what is an otherwise really good round. I mean, your 21's won, your reserve grade got maximum points. You've come out unscathed, unlike Parklea, who lost their Golden Boot contender. And now you've gone and got yourself sent off. Seems a bit silly in my opinion. But that's why I don't play. I just critique from up here in my nice little box. So a reminder, Newbury now level on games played with Town Rangers, who, to be fair, still have a bye to come, which equals 0 points, where they are in the exact same number of wins, draws and losses, and of course that means points. Parklea jump up 1 point, but still have a mighty 6-point gap, despite only having one game less played than Prospect. And Prospect have Spurs coming up. Newbury have St Pat's. And you can expect both of those two teams to win. Don't forget the WPL match of the round on Sunday. I'll be covering that between Quakers Juniors and, of course, Kellyville Colt. It's going to be a fantastic game. Absolutely no doubt. But for Parklea, perhaps a time to put some more focus on reserve grade. I think that now means that the promotion bid is done, while not mathematically, probably most likely in the way football pans out. It's been a good season in parts. They've been undefeated in match of the round games, to be fair, but potentially with that team sitting in second place in reserves, it's time to sort of flood some more firsties down there. But with Ryan Hofsman, our best wishes to him. I hope he's okay. Great guy, even better football player. Let's hope he recovers well in time to try and claw back some Golden Boot grounds. My name is Mark DePoli. Thanks so much for joining us on a day where Newbury have made their club championship lead go now from 110 points last night to 113, which is 12. No, it is 13. Hang on, I can't do my maths here. It is in fact 13 points clearer of Town Rangers. Been a pleasure to have you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you next time.